This is the case of Lily and Jack Sullivan. Now, they disappeared from their Lansdowne Station home in Pictou County, Nova Scotia. At 1407 Gairloch Road, these are where the children were reported missing by their mother at approximately 10 a.m. on Friday. Today, of course, is Friday, May 23rd, and these children still have not been found. Please like, share, subscribe to this channel for further updates as we follow this case. Now, in this video, please consider watching it all the way through because there's some very important and jaw-dropping information in regards to this case. Now, if anyone doesn't know who Reverend Donna Serafina is, she's a psychic medium out of the USA. Now, of course, this case is in Canada on the East Coast side. Hi, I'm Sunny Justice from It's a Criming Shame, and I'm from the Vancouver side of Canada, which is the West Coast side, and this case is happening on the East Coast side of Canada. Now, again, if anyone doesn't know who Reverend Donna Serafina is, all you need to do, honestly, is go watch the Lori Vallow case that she did, where she nailed it, predicted it, gave it accurate details of what happened to Tylee and DJ. It was very jaw-dropping, and again, I don't usually give credit where credit is due unless it's well-deserved. And Donna Serafina has, my respect in her accuracy in many of the readings. So with that being said, please keep watching as Donna gives some very jaw-dropping information in regards to possibly some information with Lily and Jack Sullivan's case. So please, again, hit that like and subscribe and share and keep these children's faces and their names out there.
The clue, and it sounds real corny, I know, but it came into my head. It wasn't for me, and this is the clue. Peter, pumpkin eater, had a girl and could not keep her. Put her in a pumpkin shell, and there he kept her very well. Okay, so somebody will know something related to that. I know that for a fact that did not come from me.
Okay, so Donna had no knowledge about the area and what was around it. But here you go, guys. Call it crazy, but here's a place called Peter's Pumpkins, which is about 20 minutes away from the actual home of 1407 Gairloch Road in the Pictou County. So before even knowing about Peter's Pumpkins, I thought when I heard Donna say that, instantly my mind went to the fact that Jack was born on October 29th of 2021, and I remember seeing this birthday cake to Jack at age 2 of this pumpkin. So I was thinking, Peter, pumpkin eater. Little did I know that there's actually a place called Peter's Pumpkins, and sometimes things mesh together, so maybe they both have meaning to this, but that's pretty crazy. But then there's another thing especially that Donna was tapping into, amongst a few other things, but these two are very significant. So let's take a look at the next thing that Donna was tapping into.
Back where these towers are with the wires, I feel like seeing Sunshine Road fire trail. I do. I saw that shape again. It's like a circle if you drew little things coming off it. Like, what the heck?
So Donna, she posts on her page this picture of what she was seeing, and basically it looks like the sun. Now, as she was kind of saying, she keeps seeing this thing that's looking round and has little things coming off of it. Now, take a look at this, guys. This, again, is just one of those jaw-dropping things. Okay, so Donna, she's searching around the area to see if anything resembles what she's seeing. And look at that, you guys. Lo and behold, there's this big round freaking circle that looks like the sun. And I'm like, oh my God. Literally what she had described is literally on Gairloch Road in Westville. Now, in saying that, I'll show you a reference to that in just a moment. But how uncanny is that there's this big thing that you can see from above that looks like a big sunshine, just as Donna had said. So now we have Peter's pumpkin and this big sun thing that Donna's been talking about. So again, just to give you reference about what Donna was talking about in her small little reading that she did without even knowing about the case. We had her talk about Peter, pumpkin eaters, and then of course, you can see Peter's pumpkins. That's up there in the Plymouth-Stellarton area. And then all of a sudden she starts talking about this round object that she's seen a few times. And it kind of like looks like the sun that she's kind of explaining with little things coming off. She draws a picture, and lo and behold, out of anywhere in the world, there's this big sun there, not too far from where Jack and Lily disappeared from. As you can see in the bottom at 1407, that was Gairloch Road there, where Jack and Lily went missing on May 2nd. Now, what does this all mean? I have no idea. But for Donna to literally pinpoint specific things like this is just crazy. Again, if you don't know who Donna Serafina is, go to her channel, subscribe, go to the Lori Vallow case. Trust me, you guys, she called that case with so much accuracy. It's honestly, I'm very skeptical when it comes to psychics and tarot card readers, etc. But Donna has proven herself in a lot of cases, and as well, this one that she doesn't even know. And to sit there, it's just crazy. Peter's pumpkins and this big sundial object. And it's just not too far from, like I said, Lily and Jack. Lily and Jack went to Salt Springs Elementary, as you can see on the map here to the left as well. But isn't that crazy? Let's go to this sundial object. Right? Like, look how massive this thing is. Again, she talks about tower wires, in the area. So I truly hope that Lily and Jack are still found alive. But we all know that cases, when they continue to keep going on, there's a very unlikelihood. Okay, so let's talk about this post that came out the other day. It's by main character 11, and it says, RCMP stopped by my workplace to acquire any security footage of our front cam that points towards a store. Of course, if anyone has any information about what store that is, and if it falls within that area that we were looking at with Peter's pumpkin patch and the sundial. Anyways, if anyone has information what store this is that they're referring to, please reach out to me at atcrimeandshame@gmail.com. Now, it said that the financial digging showed a parent had a transaction at that store earlier in the week when the kids were out of school, but not reported missing yet. So again, anyone following this case or that's not following this case knows that Wednesday prior to Jack and Lily going missing was a PD day. Then they were called in that Lily had a cough and was sick, and so Jack and Lily didn't go to school on Thursday. And of course, on Friday, then they're reported missing from their home at 1407 on Gairloch Road. Now, it says that they hoped that they might catch a glimpse of Lily or Jack, perhaps, in a vehicle to prove or disprove. Someone says, Ba Dum Bum says, are you allowed to say whether or not the cameras showed the kids? So main character 11 replies, unfortunately, I don't know what to look for. Time, vehicle. Of course, that would be like looking for a needle in a haystack when someone actually doesn't have a clue through all the footage when they possibly could have seen this vehicle. Because again, remember, they were reported missing on Friday at about 10 a.m. But Jack and Lily, again, didn't have school on the Wednesday because of a PD day, which in Canada means Professional Development Day. It's a day that the teachers come together and the kids get it off. Yay, used to love those. Now, Lily was, of course, like I said, called into school, that she had a cough. So Jack and Lily never went to school on Thursday. And then on Friday, the kids were reported missing. But we don't really truly know when the children might have actually disappeared. We can only go based on the information that's out there. The last time that we know of for the public was the children were dropped off by the bus driver named Brian. And that's the last time that we know of in the public that the children were seen. We haven't heard anything else. We haven't heard Daniel say it, Malaya say it, or anyone say that the children were seen after that. But that's probably information that's being held close to the vest by the RCMP and the Major Crime Unit investigators.
Scott's trail cameras might contain clues about the disappearance of Lily and Jack Sullivan. RCMP asked her for days of footage as the investigation into the missing children approaches the 3-week mark.
It's scary, especially not knowing what happens. We definitely keep our kids a little closer to home now.
The 4- and 6-year-olds were reported missing from this home on May 2nd, launching a massive search of the woods surrounding the home. No trace has been found, and RCMP haven't ruled out the case is suspicious. This is some of the footage Scott gave police. She says RCMP major crimes officers came to her home this week, asking for everything on her 7 cameras, starting April 27th, 5 days before the kids were reported missing. 2 of Scott's neighbors were also asked to provide footage to RCMP. She says the officers also asked about her family's vehicles to rule out local traffic in the footage.
Possibly they are wondering if they didn't go missing earlier, or maybe somebody who isn't local to the area was around beforehand.
This road is the most direct path from Scott's property to the home the kids went missing from. We drove between the 2 places. It's about an 18-minute drive down rough dirt roads. Straight through the woods, it's about 5 kilometres.
I did mention to them that I was very happy to see them and glad that they were canvassing a little further and looking at trail cam footage, and they did respond saying that they probably should have been around earlier.
RCMP would not answer CBC's questions, including why they are seeking trail camera footage from before the disappearance and why they are identifying local vehicles. Nicola Sagan, CBC News, Glengarry Station, Nova Scotia.
Okay, you guys, so from the information that I put out there today, we can kind of see this Z formation going on, or Z. I say Z, even though Canadians, we say Z, supposedly, but I don't. Anyways, so we have the Peter pumpkin eater that Donna spoke about up in the top part of this video. And then we have that big sundial object, like crazy, right? That somebody that doesn't even know anything about this case, totally from the United States, you know, gets these images and these this nursery rhyme of Peter pumpkin eater. And she says, has a girlfriend, didn't keep her, put her in a pumpkin shell, and there he kept her very well. So what does that all mean? We don't know at this point. We're just putting out information, keeping awareness to this case. And again, the camera footage they gathered from the Glengarry Station from Melissa Scott and some of those neighbors. Again, right, we have to think about abduction. We have to think about if they were actually wandered off into those woods, or if they were perhaps taken by somebody and the children at this point have not been found. Again, we're over 2 weeks into this, guys. Please hit that like, share, and subscribe button if you have not. So with that being said, the last thing that I'm going to talk about is a posting by Belinda Gray, because there's been a lot of confusion with this whole 8 o'clock time that the children were last seen versus this 10 o'clock time that they were called in. So maybe that post kind of helps clear it up a little bit, perhaps. Anyways, that's what we're going to talk about now. So let's get into this post. Okay, so before we get into this exact post, we're going to talk about Belinda Gray and who she is. She's the biological grandmother of Jack and Lily. She is also the mother of Cody Lee Sullivan, who is a biological father of Jack and Lily. But I'm not going to put up his picture, although I have one. I want to do my due diligence because it's not been proven that this picture actually is of him, even though the probability is. But maybe that will come at a later date. So we have Belinda Gray, the biological grandmother, Cody Lee Sullivan, the biological father. Then we have the mother, which is Malaya Brooks Murray of Jack and Lily. Now, Malaya Brooks Murray lived with Daniel at the time of the disappearance, and that's Daniel Martell. Now, Daniel Martell and his brother Justin and his mom Janie Mackenzie live all on the property. So basically, the 4 of them, 2 of them live in the camper, which is Janie and Justin, and Daniel and Malala live in that trailer home. Henry Joseph Brooks, that is the biological father of Malaya. And this is Cindy Murray, the mother of Malaya and grandmother of Jack and Lily. So you have 3 grandmothers, Janie Mackenzie, Cindy Murray, and Belinda Gray. Now, please keep in mind that with this post, Belinda Gray, although she's the biological grandmother, she obviously wasn't there on the property. So this information had to have been given to her prior to, of course, the RCMP dispatch audio being released. And at that time, it writes, the kids were last seen Thursday night when they went to bed. They were heard playing in their room at around 8:30 a.m. Friday morning. Mom and stepdad, which is Malay and Daniel, fell back to sleep and woke up to silence. They couldn't find the kids, and the 911 call came in around 9:40. Search dogs couldn't find scent past the driveway. Again, just take this with, in a sense, I'll say a grain of salt somewhat, because this obviously came from within the family. We also heard on the dispatch audio, like on Plunder, go watch out again all the audio there, about 8 o'clock that the kids were last seen. Is it out of timeline with 8:30? Not really. Just like it's being said that Malaya called in around 10 o'clock, to report the kids missing. 9:40, 10 o'clock. It's not too far off course of each other. But does this make this post true, or the information that was given to Belinda true? Absolutely, we do not know that this is actual fact. It's just what she was being told. And we can only compare it with the dispatch audio from the RCMP. Most importantly, you guys, please keep this case out there for Jack and Lily, or any cases to do with the missing and murdered, because it's always important that the victims are always the center of any coverage that we do. And again, Jack and Lily, prayers to them. I truly hope that the RCMP and the Major Crime Investigative Unit please bring answers towards this case, to what happened to Jack and Lily. Again, I just ask that you like, share, leave your comments below, tell me your thoughts. If there's any misinformation, please let me know. You can reach out to atcrimingshame@gmail.com. And again, if anyone has any information in regards to what store that was that the main character had put a post on right there, please again email and let me know if you do know. Thank you so much. You guys, please give this a like, a share, subscribe if you want to continue to follow this channel. Other than that, have a blessed day, you guys, and take care.